I'm sure you already have enough games to play every day, including Redactyl, Wordle, etc. But I do want to put a plug in for, I think my favorite or the one I look forward to most, and that's Waffle. It's my favorite of the Wordle clones. Obviously you can't beat the original Wordle. So what it is, well, actually I can click on the question mark and we see how to play. We're going to be shuffling tiles around, swapping them in their location. And like Wordle, we get a green when a letter is in the correct place, yellow when it's in the word but in the wrong position. There is a special case that they mention, the funky dingo, where we see two N's are marked as yellow, but actually meaning there's an N in the horizontal word and an N in the vertical word. But because the N is in this intersection, we only use one of those two N's, which means the other N can go over to the word on the right. Anyway, as you play it, it becomes pretty obvious. I'll say it's probably one of the simpler games. I don't think I've ever failed to win the game. But really, the magic of Waffle is when you have solved it, and hopefully we will see that in a moment. So looking at the words, we have a word beginning with S and ending in K. I know I can click on each. Well, I should be able to click on each of those. And let's see, we have one S. So we can see the O and the A must be in this word because they're not in the intersection. So I guess it's going to be SO something AR. Could be sonar. But we only have one N left, which is over on the right. So I think solar, which means we're going to grab one of these L's. Well, let me first of all swap the O and the A. Yes, so we have that correctly. Before I swap the, excuse me, the L and the C, I'm trying to decide which L to move over to swap with the C. I'm not sure it's going to make any difference. Let's look at the bottom word, RE. Now, is that U part of the across word or is it part of the up and down? I can't think of anything RE something UL. And if it's part of the vertical word, oh, I can see U something U and then move the P down to the bottom for usurp. We're going to have to move that S in. And then that would give us REP, and we would need an E. And in fact, that would work out perfectly because we need to swap the E and the R. So let's go ahead and do that. Yes, so that looks correct. Now this U needs to go up there at the top. Let me swap it with the P first. And yeah, I think I just have to move that U up. Now we want an L in place of this C. Not sure either of those. Let's go ahead and swap there. Aha. So it's going to be S something UCK. I think that has to be shuck, right? And then over on the right, we have this N must go here, but there's no E to make Neil. However, I think it is Nell, as in the ringing of a bell, right? Aha, and there we got our S, so that was nice. We have 8 swaps remaining. You want to get 5 if possible. You earn a star for every swap you have remaining. Yeah, so and then that's going to mean the O goes here, LOU, SE. So I don't think there's anything I can do other than to swap these, put in my H. Oh, I think we're going to do it with 5 swaps remaining. And then we'll see the magic of waffle. So we get a nice message. Incredible, glorious, that was magnificent. I think these are random canned messages. But what I like about waffle is it has a definite tone of voice. It's a very English, sort of silly uh, tone of voice. And then underneath, we get the definition of each word. And my favorite part is a sample sentence. Let's shuck those walnuts before Granny gets here. You know what happened last time. So that just sense of humor is right up my street. And then we get the derivation of the word. Middle English, Old English, and here we have a louse. Unfortunately, no sample sentence here, but from Proto-Germanic. Repel, repel livestock, but we might have to abandon the tent. All right. Oh, and then every now and then they'll put in some of these terrible dad jokes. They've covered their tree in solar panels. It looks like a power plant. Oh dear. And a word from Proto-Indo-European, which if that is so popular, how come I never hear anyone speaking it? Anyway, usurper, usurper, don't mess with me. I've got jimmies. Okay, I have to admit I don't get that one. If anyone does, please let me know. And that was the death knell for my pumpkin empire. All right, well, I'm just pointing out Waffle at wafflegame.net. If you enjoy word games, then I think you may enjoy adding this to your daily routine. Thanks for watching and have a great day.